this tutorial we're gonna work with some text. We're gonna see how to apply some different effects and to accomplish some different shapes of the text. So the first kind of text we're gonna have a look at is fit text to path. So let's go ahead and type in some text. Okay, I have typed some text. Let's move a bit to the side. Now let's go and create a shape. So let's go and create, for example, spiral shape like this. So the aim of this is to actually fit the text inside this shape. So to do that, we'll pick the pick tool, we'll select the text, press the shift key, and then select the shape as well. Now what we do is we go to text and then we'll go fit to path. So once again, select the text, select the shape, go to text and fit to path. Now let's zoom in a bit on this. So we can see that our text is in the shape, but it's really messy and you can't read anything. So let's go ahead and fix that. In the properties bar, you will see some options. Well, the first option is that you can choose how you want your text to be displayed. Second option is the distance from the path. Third one is offset, and then you have a couple of mirror images, mirror effects. So the first thing, so let's have a look at this. As you can see, our sentence starts somewhere in the middle and then goes around. Well, we actually want it to go the other way around. So we'll mirror the image and we'll mirror it again. So now we have it. This is the text that we're going to be using. But you can see that it's all a little scrambled inside this middle. So we will use the offset tool, which is this one, to actually move it around. Now as I keep increasing the offset, you can see that the text is actually spreading out evenly, and pretty soon we're gonna have something that looks really good. Alright, well, the next thing we have to do is actually reduce the size of the font. So we'll go to the text properties, and instead of 24 we'll put 12, and then we'll zoom in. And we can see that our text now follows this curve. So the last step would be actually to delete the curve. And there you have it. We have created some text that follows a path. Now the good thing about text to path is that you can create any kind of shape that you want and your text will follow that path. So for example, if we go and we select a freehand tool and we draw some path that we wish to have, and then we'll go ahead and type some text. Okay, here's our text. So we click on it, we hold down the shift key and we select our shape or the path. We go to text and fit text to path. Once again, you can see that now the text will follow this path, and then we can select the path and we can simply delete it without actually affecting the text. But one more thing we can actually do is select the text and then go to our shape tool, click on it once, and we will get this fishbone. So what this will do, if we move it to either left or right, it will change the spacing between the letters so they're not gonna overlap. So if I go and move it to the right, you can see now that there is more space between our letters. And basically this is how you would use the fit text to path option. So once again, let's do a circle, for example, and let's type some text. And we'll select the text, we'll press the shift key, select the circle, text, fit text to path. There we have it. And once again, we can do offset. In this case, the offset will just move the text around, and we can also do this bit, and we can also change the distance from the path, so this will actually move the text away from the path that it's actually following. We can mirror the text.
So basically that's the fit text to path effect, or as I call it, text follows the curve. Now this sort of things you will need and you will use when you're creating some sort of a logo that has some text around it, and this is the best way to actually fit that text around your logo. Okay, the next thing we're going to have a look at is how to add perspective, or how to use the envelope effect. Now I have typed in some text here, I have changed the fill and the outline, and now what I will do, I'll actually go down to the envelope effect. Now when you click on this, now if you go to the envelope docker, and once again you can find all the dockers windows, dockers, and you'll find the envelope docker here, you'll find you have 4 options. So the first is a straight line, then we talk about some arcs, double and single, and so on. So what we need to do is actually we need to click on apply new, make sure that we're using the straight line. So if we click apply new, and then we'll actually zoom in here, you see that there's a couple of more nodes. Now if you click on it and you hold it and you drag it, you can see that now the drawing has changed a bit. You can do the same at the top, and now you're creating a different perspective of this text. So basically that's really easy to use, and once again you will use this most of the times when you're working with some sort of a poster documents and stuff like that. So once again you will have to go to the envelope, and you will have to select the type of the envelope you would like to use. You will click on add new, and then by moving this little nodes you will create different sort of effects and different sort of perspectives. So basically that was the straight line effect. Now we're gonna have to look, now we'll look at the arc effect. So what this will do is actually, zoom in a bit, it will create an arc on your drawing. So you'll find the middle node, and if you click on it and move it, you will see that it forms an arc. So you can move it upwards or you can move it downwards, but if you hold your control key and you move it, you will see that the top moves as well. However, if you let go of your control key and press the shift key, you'll see that now it will move symmetrically, so you can make it bigger or you can make it smaller. So first of all, let's go ahead and just add the bottom arc. This is the effect you would get, so your bottom will follow the arc and the top will still be the straight line. So if we press Ctrl and we do the same, now both the top and the bottom will bend. If you press Shift and you do exactly the same, you'll create a symmetrical envelope. Of course you can either make it smaller, or if you want you can make it bigger. The same applies to the control key. You can move it down or you can move it up. So that was the single arc. Now we'll move into a double arc and we'll see what happens. So the same thing, we'll go to the middle and we'll click and we'll move it. So now you'll see the difference. Before we had only one arc, now we have two. So you can see that by these little arrows here. Of course you can still apply the control key and move it up. You will move both of them, or you can go to the top and move them down. So you have two arcs here. or you can press the shift key and do exactly the same. You can move it in, you can move it to make it smaller, or you can make it bigger.